Welcome back, all of you fans and fanatics, and thank you for joining us back at the ODP.
The ODP.
That's right. That is the Oddly Dodd podcast, where you will find all of your things, sports, collectibles, and hobbies. And you keep having things falling in your background there. We're going to have to stick them with some tape.
Yeah.
That's all right, though. But welcome back. Hopefully we have some more updates for you today that are useful. And other than that, man, what have you been up to? What's new?
Man, start of the new year has been crazy.
Welcome
It's
to
been it's been busy, but it's also been weird. It's like one of those things where I think everybody, I mean, not to get too deep into things, but I think everybody's kind of finding their peace somewhere because there's not a lot of peace going on. So kind of get lost in either our hobbies, which I have been. I've been excited about a couple of things that we're going to talk about later. Yeah, it's been one of those situations where it's just like, man, I'm finding solace in just collecting, or even just watching sports. Take your mind off of politics and the world for a moment and kind of dive into it. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of in that situation.
Fair enough. Not right now. Okay, but other than that, I've been traveling a lot, and I guess the last everyone tuned in, if y'all had a chance to tune in, was
Thank you.
the big
Thank
box
you.
match. That was an I know. It was an exciting event. It really was.
Well, hold on. First and foremost, what everybody really wants to know, okay? And I'm sure, I don't know if everybody really wants to know, but a lot of people tuned in. I don't know if anyone out there who even looks at this even realized how the numbers works or can see the numbers of logins or whatever, but on our side of it, there was a total of 18,000 views, which, which is a massive amount. Normally our views gets to about 100 to 500, something like that, like something very, very, elementary.
Apparently, a lot of people wanted to see my ass get whooped.
Everybody wanted to watch you get hit. Everybody. So I got to ask you, man.
Yeah.
How did you, I mean, obviously your heart rate was elevated.
Oh my God.
So you were nervous. I mean, clearly nervous all day.
Right. Well, and to give some people some context here, not to divulge too much of my medical situation, but yes, I have high blood pressure apparently, and I forgot my medication this week.
You did what else?
Oh, yes, I had some energy drink in the morning where I knew I shouldn't have done it, but I was like too early in the morning, traveling, everything, touch and go. And then it's like naturally I walk in there, I'm excited, heart rate elevated, blood pressure was 180 over freaking 111.
Yeah, it was, you were in stroke zone. Like, I mean,
oh my gosh.
I don't know if it had to be a combination of everything, but, so I appreciate everybody's like help on calming him down and everything. People were posting all right, goose, blah, blah, or it was pretty cool.
I love it.
Now let's take you to the ring.
Yeah.
Walking in and everything, only your heart rate is going up as you're walking towards it, right? The lights are going, the sound is going. You go ahead and duck into the ring and you get in there. Now you're on the mat. What do you feel like?
I mean, I felt like my stomach was going to drop out. I mean, honestly, it was, I can remember back in the day, when I did wrestling and that same kind of feeling, but this was, 10 times more than I feel like, because it's filmed. It's got the whole arena that has that energy and that feel. You're walking into your music it was intense.
And it wasn't my music that I chose.
I know the DJ had to change stuff up, but keeping it clean for the I had to look for something with less cursing, but at any rate, it doesn't matter. It was still, I didn't even hear the music, to be honest. I couldn't. I was so in the zone, like of trying to focus on what I was going to do here, that I didn't even hear the music. So yeah, just I stepped in the ring and I didn't know what to do. I just kind of bounced around because it's like, keep my mind occupied right now, right? Just focus on me, focus on the game. And it was intense.
Well,
Uh,
it looked intense on our side of things, which man, I hope I got a good view of everything. It was really hard with the lighting and everything to really see it crystal clear. I
yeah.
feel like I did the best possible job, but it was
Mhm.
still difficult to actually find you or to see every move. So, like when he had that blow on you right there, at the end, I
Yeah.
mean, so he had several on you because you cracked a rib and
Yeah. Yeah,
and you got your nose busted open.
I cracked my rib, and to actually restate, you had said, "Oh, he didn't break his nose," or
Yeah, I said, "Yeah, it's fine."
yeah, he broke it. He reset it, just the bridge down here. He reset it. In fact,
Ah,
when I was
ah.
on the mat, I don't know if you saw it, but I was trying to like, it wasn't wiping blood. I was actually trying to like reset that thing, and it was a straight snap. Like I could,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
you don't just hear it; it resonates.
Oh,
And
man.
so it's like, all right, and then I turned to go back to it. Um, and the honest reason why they didn't stop it for blood, for those of you who think they did, they actually stopped it because when I turned back around to step, I was concussed because when I stepped, like I wasn't seeing, like whatever my eyes were doing wasn't seeing straight, and then I stepped to the side and like kind of did this little weird stutter, and I think he saw that and he threw it right then and there. Even though I was a glutton for punishment, going back for more. But all in all, I'm happy with myself because I didn't back down.
Yeah.
I actually kept going forward. It was like, keep hitting me.
I
I
mean, that first hit we all saw, and everybody
ah,
even grimaced. That
mm,
first hit that everyone was like, "Oh,
yeah.
we knew he connected. We knew you got like, oh shit, he looks like Philip Rivers behind the fucking ball taking a snap."
That was definitely that was a wake up.
I mean, seriously, you look like that dude,
Yeah.
Philip,
Well,
who's like, oh, you know he's old, and you know he's like, oh shit, oh shit.
old. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is
Oh
when a 44-year-old goes against a 35-year-old. There's a big difference in that decade. I
yeah, there that decade is a big significant separation. Plus the 10 pounds he had on you, plus the actual
wasn't actually
training
it wasn't
that
10.
he's had.
Like, it wasn't, it was way more than 10.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm just saying 10 because that's what he said.
He
But we know
he said
that
that.
is
I walked by when he was weighing in, and he was at 227, and I weighed in at 213 with all of my clothes on, like jeans and everything. So I was more like 205.
yeah, let's say 208.
Mm, jeans,
Anyway,
sweatshirt. Anyway, doesn't matter. He had some weight on me, and let's be honest, he was an experienced boxer.
yeah.
He did win last year,
And
and
he's been training for
yeah,
a few years, and
right.
you've got a couple weeks in under your belt.
Well, and I didn't actually have any professional training because nobody would take me for 2 months of of training in that short amount of time because
No one wants to co-sign on that shit. No
no,
one wants to say, "Okay, you're good. Going out there, Tiger. You
yeah,
go get them."
that
Ooh, we're gonna hang this right on the fridge.
yeah, and so and I didn't get the amount of time to train only because I didn't get to notice that I was even in the ring until January. It was like late December when they're like, "Okay, by the way, you're in the ring." I was like, "Oh, shoot." I didn't realize that was, I'd submitted my thing back in early November, maybe
Yeah,
September, and they didn't
yeah.
give it back to me until December. And so I was like, oh crap. And I'm not one to back out or back down from something. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna do it. And I did.
Well, dude,
And
it looked good. In all fairness, I know I rag you, and I know I give you a hard time. Everybody does, just like Brandon did too. You
that's
know,
all.
our own cousin, he was like, that was funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so, I mean, bottom line, props, good job,
I,
really good job. I mean, I thought it was great.
yeah.
But until next time, good charity. Maybe it's my turn.
You never know, man.
No.
No, and I appreciate you being by my side, man, being the cameraman. That was an awesome. You did a great job at that. The filming obviously was all over the place,
All over
and
the place.
it's tough. And for people that don't realize it, he had to stay out of a certain area and could not get in the way of people that were actually filming the thing. Which I don't know where those videos are. I still
Yeah,
can't find.
I got one person upset that paid, they paid $20,000 for their table, and I was standing in front of them, and they were just talking trash and stuff like that. So I
Yeah,
had to relocate, but let them
yeah.
know. what I wanted to let them know.
Yes.
Uh,
It was these were expensive tables, so Josh could not get in front of these people. They
yeah,
were tables,
I mean,
but
in lack of better terms, I told them to just push off. But,
thank
we got a lot to talk about and catch up because,
yeah.
we've been off and we're back on. We got some big issues here with our grading situation.
Oh, man.
PSA has been shit in the bed for lack of better terms. What's
Yeah.
going on with them, man?
They're all over the place right now with their credibility. They're monopolizing the industry,
Yeah, they
that
already own Beckett.
they already owned SGC,
Oh,
and
that's GC.
then they bought Beckett after the whole
That's right.
scrutiny came from the whole grading situation. When they were grading nines, they have a third party um, partnership there where they can offer money for your nine or your card. Any card that you grade, they'll offer you it, money for it, and you can sell it to them. Where they go and relist it, and it is very suspect when those nines turn into tens. Same barcode number turn to tens, and they're listing it for that 10 price. That
Mhm.
right there just crushes their credibility.
It
Um,
does.
People are saying so the PSA advocates are saying, no, 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 it's a third party. So every now and then they have a chance to review cards and regrade, even through third parties, yada yada. They give all these. I feel like they're just BS excuses because
Of course.
it's way too convenient that like the one guy that submitted maybe 20 cards, all nines, turned all of them to tens. So that to me really it questions their validity. Um,
Yeah,
so
so they've been doing this for quite some time. They have a good I mean, they're the first of its world. They have a foothold in the market. How do we change this? I mean, we've been preaching tag. We have
Mhm.
no stake in the game. We have no ownership. We have no like we don't have any kind of like priority for them other than just the true transparency that brings, but we can't it can't work without people having jumping on board. Even as mad as people are, why are they staying with PSA?
Because at the end of the day, PSA, if you have a PSA 10, it still sells for more than any other grading company. It just
So
hands
money
down.
walks, money talks, right?
Yeah,
Money talks and people are still sticking with it because in the immediate payoff,
right.
as long as you've already waited, even though they have a lead time that they say is supposed to be around here, they're so vague in their grading and in their time frame that it's enough to be like, well, we were around there, so whatever. It's like
Right.
they have no care in the world because they know they have the foothold, but no one's moving. I
Well,
mean, come on, guys.
they and see, here's the problem is they know this, and
I
they're
know.
which is why they don't respond. Like, I've reached out to get answers. No customer service whatsoever, no response, just an automated response comes, if that. They won't give you any timeline, an accurate timeline. So like, if they've updated their lead times, so the value is plus, which value plus is about $50 a grade for each card. They've extended that to a 45-day lead time, and the value max, which is a $65 purchase, is 35 days. While they say regular, which is a $80 purchase, is 25 days. That none of those days have hit.
None of those days are accurate.
No,
None.
not at all. And so, like, the value and the value bulk days are like the general ones. Now, granted, and they've also had a price increase, which is
Yep.
again, this
It's
is
another it's another dig, man.
I mean, they keep doing all these things. So, it's been tough in the grading world to really trust one of these, but it's a necessary evil. So this the other trouble that we have is like if you want a graded card, then you got to send it to one of these graders. If you want the primo price, you got to send it to PSA. Now we've been talking about tag lately, right? Which I
Mhm.
still feel like tag is the answer. I've watched a lot of different things on tag. I've followed it. I've submitted some to tag. Now they're experienced the same influx of submissions as PSA, as everyone's trying to find someone other than PSA. So that being said, they're also experiencing delays. I have
Yep.
cars not back yet. They at least respond. So I have gotten the response, "Apologies, we have an influx of card submissions. This has extended our timelines." And granted, their regular option, their comparable option to a PSA. If PSA costs it takes 45 days, theirs is 15, right? And what I've experienced now, that 15 has turned into 30. Um, so the cards that I have gotten, they don't know yet when they should be back, but that
Yep.
15 to 20-day business time is not actually gonna be 15 to 20 because it's already past that.
Right.
So still waiting on those cards to come back from Tag, so I don't have
Well,
any updates on that. But at least they
well,
were
I will say, like, I'm on day 52 with PSA.
okay, from your submission.
For my submission, I'm on day 52, so I'm keeping track of this. Sent in like 9 cards, 52. That's the one that I'm actually keeping track of really closely, taking pictures of the cards before I sent them in,
That's good.
really trying to like identify anything that could be blemishes. But these cards, like I sent them in on the rip and I made sure I documented and took pictures and I'm noting when I to send them in. So
Yeah,
we'll see when they come back, and because we've had some suspect marks on ours coming back, like
right.
on the especially like that 7 that we got. What the what?
Well, I'll put a pin in that one because I have some to show later. Um, but yeah, not only that, but there's been some like you look at it like I would not have submitted this card if I had seen
Right.
the gouge on it.
I
I'm not
saw you sent me a picture of it, and I was
yeah,
like, "There's no way we would have noticed a gouge like that."
yeah,
But
there's no
there's no accountability and there's no transparency inside of who's handling it, where is it at in the process, where's the
no,
tracker, who what's like what do you find? So my question for everybody out there watching is like, what's it going to take? Because I think it has to be kind of like a GameStop situation where we band together and move before something happens. Like,
right,
yes, you're going to get more money in the long run of it if it grades out. But see, we're still all hoping that we get those 10s when we're
mhm,
all so frustrated on the ones that we've sent and not had transparency into knowing what we've gotten. So it's going
yeah,
to take all of us just doing it one at a time. You don't have to peel off like the band-aid and just do it all together.
right,
If we what we got to do, I think, in the tactical move is to start transitioning into things that aren't owned by PSA.
right,
Even though SGC and Beckett is going to be those ones, if you want to do the Beckett Black Label and stuff like that, like sure, there's some on the Pristine or whatever it is. You
yeah,
got some, but only if they grade out as perfect. So
right.
take a
Well,
group and start splitting the difference is what I suggest. Is just
mhm,
start splitting the difference. You pay up front for it. So just go ahead and send a few there, but we got to start flooding the market with more tags because tag is transparent. It should be more valuable. If
yeah,
it's lower than market price at a 10 tag, you got to buy it. If it's lower than market price, just or
well,
the market price.
here's the other thing that I've found. Okay, so tag. We've been saying tag, and because I love the technology and I like the transparency. It gives you the dig report that shows you all of the different measurements and all the different blemishes, anything on it. And so the dig report is so essential because it's the only one like it. Now, some of the things I've seen before is like when tag was early on stages, they have to update their AI that grades all these cards. Not all of the grades are consistent, so you still have the inconsistency like you do with PSA, where people
Yep.
resubmit and regrade. Now, that being said, here's the crazy thing that Tag is doing though. So, since it's done with AI, if I resubmit a tag card to Tag, it documents exactly where, since it's measured and locating things with their dig report, it will know if a same card is submitted because it's already has that on record of nope, there's the ding, this is too similar to this card, exact same card. There's nobody's going to
So
have exactly the same blemish,
So
right?
this is kind of like a fingerprint, right? Like a fingerprint report, like just like the police. would have on file, and it's almost like a fingerprint. It's impossible to have 2 cards the same exact almost,
Right.
correct?
Yes. Now, why I like this is because that's part of the problem with PSA is you crack it, you send it back in, the grade can be higher, it could actually be lower. But with tag, it actually identifies it as a resubmit. It can update any kind of if it has some new software or new updates based on its AI software. And the grading technology and the that weird black and white surface scan that it does, that's constantly getting updated to get better. And I have seen where a tag 10 has been downgraded to a 9 or a tag 8, where it's dropped those levels because it now has the software. It's updated it to a point to where it see these blemishes better. So where I'm going with that is the early on tag grades. You could look at the population report and see when it was graded. And those early tags, if they are 10s, then you know that there's a potential of them not being a true 10. But now the technology is getting closer and closer to getting very like comparison to PSA as far as the how hard it is to get a 10, which is good because if you flood a market with 10s, it makes it not valuable, right? Um,
Naturally.
so with tags being like authentic 10s and true grading software as it gets updated, I'm looking at this and I like where it's going, even though people get frustrated when they don't get 10s. It's
Yeah.
necessary thing because I want to know when I get my card that it is a true 10. Like I need to know.
Yeah, it is upsetting when you don't. Like, when you
Right.
come back and you're like, "Jesus,
Right.
oh."
But
But
you made one really good point that I will tell everyone. Take pictures of your cards regardless of where you send them. Before you send them, say take a picture, document it, both sides nicely, because this has happened several times now from PSA. I've gotten them back and I swear I did not see blemishes. Some of them very visible. Because I am combing through these things trying to only send the best because I don't want to spend $30 on a card submission when it's going
yep,
to come back and be worthless. And I say worthless. A grade 6 is going to not. You can crack it and sell it raw for more, right?
that's
So that's a
true,
waste of money. But yeah,
true.
so that's the big update with the PSA world is it's still very objective. Tag is getting better, getting longer, but better. Um, and at least they communicate. I will give them credit there. At least they are communicating, and you do see a timeline scale when it goes to the next level. So throughout your submission, it goes from one process to the next on this little bar that you have on your account, so you can see when it's gone to the next phase at least. So you have that transparency.
Dude, the tracking is key. It's just more insight. If you got, I'd say more insight and more oversight for everything like here for
Absolutely.
PSA. But I mean, without people moving in a flock, it's not going to work. You got to start taking those submissions to a different place. But I mean, I get it. You want to
Mhm.
make sure you get your best investment possible. That's just natural. But it's
Right.
only going to work with a lot of us moving. How long is it going to take for them to be able to keep on raping us over and over? So it's like, come on.
Right.
It's
It
anyway.
it'll be tough. But I mean, in other news with PSA, the only other thing is like so Congress is starting to look at this as it is monopolizing the business and potentially could they're under investigation for potential market dominance and this could make them break up. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing other than it's just it would just make them break up. Beckett, SGC, CGC, and PSA all grade the same way, where they have people looking through the cards in a matter of seconds. Because, like I said, they have to look through every card in seconds to give it a grade. And so, how legit is that really?
Mhm.
But we shall
Yep.
see more coming. But again, you got to do it, right?
Yep, you gotta do it. Now, moving on,
Yeah.
to also talk about besides just the grading world, but so just to keep everybody updated on the hot items right now too. Like, got
Oh
to know
yeah.
what to get. Like a lot of people have been posting online. Like I'm in these groups, the Triangle Trading Card group, right? I have this group that I help manage, and people are posting on this all the time of, "Hey, I'm at the store right now. What box to get?" So it's like always wanting to see. So there's always gonna be that scale. You know, you have your top tier always, and Jason, you can correct me where I'm wrong, but the top tier when it comes to football, and it depends highly on the sport. So when it comes to football, your typical Panini Prism is going to be the baseline go-to, always holds value, and it's just that stationary mark that you know it's going to be on the high.
Right.
And that's kind of like that right there is the mark. Everything on the high end stuff like immaculate, flawless, you know, all the you got some origins. Like these are really, really high items that aren't necessarily in the blasters or in the hobby, like not in the blasters or the mega boxes. So those that are specialties like black, one, flawless, immaculate, national treasures, all those are totally taken out of this category. But for
Mhm.
the mass print, Panini Prism for football is the GOAT.
Mhm.
Along with, for the most part, basketball as well, when they don't overprint.
Right.
So it depends on their printing schedule too. Tops is
Mhm.
going to be taking over all this, so we'll have to let you know. But right now, Panini Prism launched. Good, that's been flying off the shelves because everyone's searching those mangas. Then we
Yep.
got the next in line is going to be your Don Russ Optics. Optics, not
They
Don
are
Russ regulars, but
are
Optics.
they postponed the release date again, so I
Okay.
think we should be coming up very soon, for the optics.
But
Uh,
Optic on the uptowns and downtowns. Optic uptowns and downtowns have been a huge percentage hit in the megas. The
yes.
megas have been key and have been pulling a lot of uptowns. Now,
Yeah.
uptowns are half the price or less than the downtowns, maybe a little bit more sometimes depending on the player. But the downtowns and the uptowns are not, again, with the mangas, they're not going to be printed anymore. So go for them and find them. There's some really cool ones out there. So when you hit a manga, those are in the thousands instantly. When you hit a downtown, those are in the hundreds, depending on the player.
Right.
And then again, uptown half the cost.
Yeah.
Then you're next in line. Okay. Another solid hold would be select.
Mhm.
I know, Jason, it's
Yeah.
not your favorite.
It
I love Select, but Select has some really key hits. They're not anything like the manga, the downtowns or anything, but they do have like zebra print, elephant print, they
right.
have tie-dye, they have certain ones like that. The tie-dyes are super cool, and that's usually a 25 or less.
That's right. That's right.
So you always go for those Select one of ones too, because
Mm.
Select has some beautiful one of ones.
Yes, I do. I do
So
like those. Yeah.
now, next in line, this is why it's next in line, although it is more popular than Select, but Absolute. Absolute is one of those that it's kaboom hunting, and that's about it.
Yeah.
The percentage is super
I love 'em.
tough, but kaboom hunting is what people go for,
Right.
where the hobby boxes are probably the most valued because they have the numbered kabooms, not the standard kabooms, but the
Right.
numbered ones.
Right. Now the hobby boxes though, you're also dropping 6
800 plus.
6 to 8, yeah, somewhere around there. When they're first released, I think they were about
That's
650.
right. They're 650 on the release, just like Prism. Although what's funny is their base cards and their inserts, unless they're numbered, they are virtually worthless.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
mean, like all of the cards, it's you're getting a whole bunch of base cards that you can sell pennies on the dollar. Like
Yeah.
Prism, you can at least sell $1 a card. I mean, really, bare minimum. Like you
Yeah.
could get $1, but absolute, you got to sell a bunch of them to
Yeah.
make up $5.
So the big difference with Absolute Hobby and like regular like blasters also is the thickness of the card, because in the hobby boxes you got those thick gauge base
Yeah, they're
cards.
really nice, actually. They're
They are.
really nice.
So, and those cards, like you can actually sell those for about a buck a piece, like for the base cards, if they're
Yeah.
not great. It's just generic cards. But people don't, it's hard to list those and have people understand like their hobby versus the regular. So, at any rate, the value is, it is definitely a risk versus reward because it is expensive to get into those. But you get a kaboom,
Yep.
especially a numbered kaboom. Whew,
Oof.
they're going away.
Oof. Numbered
Last year.
kabooms are going away. Kabooms are going away. Mangas are going away. Uptown,
Mm,
downtowns are going away.
yeah.
All those panini inserts like that that are special short prints, they're gone. So
Right.
tops are going to have some really cool ones now. The super short prints of tops are
Mhm.
I okay, I'm biased because I really like that tops have shaken up the market with this. I am biased. Um but I really like the all kings or the aces better than I do the color blast of Phoenix or the other stuff.
Hands down, all kings and all aces.
All kings.
In fact,
Ah,
all kings this year is a just a disgusting looking card. I mean,
yeah.
they're all black. It reminds me of like the bootlegs, right? Upper Deck had the
Oh,
back,
bootlegs are so sick too.
right?
But the all kings, yes.
Oh, with that nice like metallic lettering
Yeah.
and stuff. It
Yep.
is they are some sweet looking cards. So
They really are. So like I
love
like
to
the
get
way that it's headed. But those have been posted up like Revolution, Panini Revolution has just dropped.
oh
And that's not exciting. Guys,
mm,
stay away. I mean,
yeah,
Revolution is waste of money. You're going to be throwing a lot of dollars at that are hard to grade out because their print quality is low. They don't really have great inserts as far as resale. You got to hit a numbered, an auto. You got to hit a special, and personally, I feel like it's a waste of money because even those don't sell as much as a Prism numbered would.
right.
So I personally would stay away. Also, like Leaf, unless it's a high end Leaf
Yeah.
product, stay away.
Yeah.
The only unlicensed NFL that I would go to would be Tops or Wild Card. Like those are the two that I would go to, but nothing like Leaf or the
Yeah.
off prints. Like I don't even know, but I seen some at Walmart that were like Walmart packs or
The
something.
wild.
Like it was like
Yeah.
hockey or football
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah. I
Don't
mean,
get those.
no, and just know that those are printed in such mass quantities for those big box places.
That's right.
They're nothing real special. I mean,
That's
maybe
right.
in years and decades to come, they might be, but still not really there.
Right,
So
right. I
I
know.
am
So
excited about the upcoming Tops release as they get into football this year. I'm really excited about that.
yep, that's gonna be cool.
You know, in other releases, we've had the Series 1 baseball, speaking of Tops, whew, such a fun one, and it's their flagship. Yep, their flagship baseball, and honestly, like, I like it better than the Tops Chrome, you know,
That's
because
been really fun. I mean, just chasing that Mickey Mantle card is like,
it's
that's
still out
huge.
it's
I
still out.
mean, the Mickey Mantle is, I mean, if
For those
Topps is
who
smart. Okay, so here's the thing, which I know they are. So you know that they put that redemption on one of the last runs of the print. So everyone's gonna be pulling, it's gonna be coming somewhere in the middle to the last of the print run.
we'll see.
And no announcements yet. So everyone's still chasing those Mickey Mantle, baby. That's an original 52 Mickey Mantle that should be in good to somewhere to a good to a 5 grade. So we don't know,
Doesn't
but
matter.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
instant millionaire.
It
Instant.
is a freaking Mickey Mantle 1952, like, the OG,
The
like,
holy grail of Mickey
big
Mantle
buck.
cards.
Yes, it
Oh,
is
in
the
fact, let me see here.
do you have one next to you?
No, I don't have it. Oh
Oh.
man, I thought I did. Um, I thought I did, but I do not have it next to me. I have the other two Mickey Mantles that I have.
And just so everyone knows, like they've added some things like what's called the first pitch, quote unquote. Those first pitch are anyone that's throwing the first pitch out. So it could be an auto first pitch or actually really good. They have some really neat bangers in there, man. Like
Tony
the
Hawk.
Tony
Tony
Hawk,
Hawk. That's a
really
good one.
that is a
That's a
really good one. I love that. But so they have some really awesome ones. Honestly, so it's a fun pack, but that's what we're hunting for though is Mantle.
yep.
Hopefully one day we trip over one. We'll see.
So other news is, of course, we've been doing like right now. Hockey is loud.
Yes.
Series one was good. You can still get Series one boxes actually really cheap now. They discounted, so you can get Series ones from 1 to 115, 120
Right.
maybe. So
Right.
they're really good. Series two has been
Series 2.
awesome. So the Series one has been marked down a little bit, but Series two is double the price roughly of Series one, but it's
Right.
been hot, and it's
Yeah.
because people are chasing Matthew Schaefer. And
Right.
I posted an awesome video that we watched our friend Adam down at
Oh
Triangle
my
Sports hit a
gosh.
pop one of Matthew Schaefer.
That's
A
right.
pop
One.
one.
1.
One.
Sick. Good for you guys. Oh, man, that was a nasty card. Well done, but that's the card to go to. That's the chase right now, and there are actually a lot of good rookies in that one that aren't in the, Series 1.
Absolutely. It's loaded with some good rookies like Michael Misa. Man, he's a solid guy. Misa is solid.
That's right.
Now, you're going to see what's common at like Walmart and Target is SP.
Yeah,
Okay, SP is interesting. You can get some cool stuff, but you got to hit numbered, you got to hit jerseys, and it's got to be relevant players. But they're always going to go for a smaller amount than Upper
yeah,
Deck.
yeah.
It is an Upper Deck product, but um,
Not the
it's
Series
just
1.
it's just not Series One.
Right.
Still good. They're cheaper than your average blaster. I just pulled just to see what I was getting, and like I just decided to get a $30 blaster and get this out of one $30 blaster.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, okay, I got to get Matthew Schaefer, I got to get Michael Misa, and I got to get who's not in a young gun is Beckett Seneke.
Ah, yeah, Beckett, man. He is
So
ridiculous.
he is ridiculous, but he's not a young gun.
I know. I don't understand it.
So in one SP pack, I'm going to show you. I got this rookie of Matthew Schaefer, which it's since it's not an Upper Deck Series 2, then instead of going for $300 raw, this goes for $30 raw as SP to give you an idea comparison. Okay?
Alright.
But then I got a Michael Misa jersey,
Oh,
and then I got a Beckett Seneke rookie numbered.
nice. Now
So I
he
was like, oh crap. In the first box, it was the first blaster box that I get. And I was like, this ain't going to be valuable. And
uh,
now it's valuable. So
nice. I mean, that's a solid hit right there of the 3 top rookies, especially I don't like Seneke a lot. Beckett is like he's putting up some nasty numbers already. Top of he's topping the rookies in a big way, and he's not even in the young guns, which tells me that his rookie cards are gonna take a minute, but once they do, they're gonna skyrocket, I think when people start to realize like his talent. And I've got a number of them. I've got a couple of his in the MVP hockey, which is also very low cost. You know, the Ivan Demidov that we have in the MVP hockey. It's $100 card normally if it's a young gun. MVP rookie card is roughly around a $20 card.
that's
So
right.
it gives you that idea. Um, but yeah, the hockey series too is freaking. I
Well,
love it.
hockey's just hot right now and has picked up steam like in a great way. It's getting more popularity just because we're in an Olympic season. So it's every 4 years that you're going to see like the craze, but also having USA win the gold first
Oh
time since the 80s. Like that was so legendary and such a massive move for the hockey industry. Like it's
yeah.
gained viewerships because if US can win gold, then you got viewers.
Yeah,
So now you have more value. So
right,
all those Hellybucks that are out there, all those uh just Jack Hughes and the Hughes brothers, anyone who's on the Canada or the USA team, you got value instantly because Jack Hughes had the goal and one. So
right,
Jack Hughes cards just went up big time.
right.
Hellybuck's card went up big time.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, guys, get out the cards. A lot of people have been chasing. It's really cool to put the Olympic team together. That's just
Mhm.
fun. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, the series two have been hot, guys. That's just the
mhm.
stuff that's been going on. Baseball's picking up. Spring season's in. Keep
That's
on
right.
chasing till you hit that Mickey Mantle redemption card. Keep your
Mhm.
eyes on, but they've had great signatures or autos. They've had great inserts. They have like the stroke of gold in one of the other Bowmans. So Bowmans have been throwing out some good ones.
Yeah,
Bowman's always a trustworthy series or a product.
right.
So like you're gonna get some good in the baseball right now. So
That that's right.
um
So looking good there, and then on the TCG world, other releases, other other releases, TCG.
oh my god.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. There he
I
is.
can't believe I forgot it.
We got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, baby.
It's so hard to see this. It's so hard to see this.
This I know it is a hard to see one. There it is. Yes. I love this fusion here of Magic and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's just,
Turtles in a half shell, turtle power.
it is
So
so
cool.
it is awesome. Some of those gold lettered cards. Oh, there you
These are
go.
so cool. Donatello,
Oh, yes, sir.
Michelangelo, like
Oh,
cool cards,
artwork
right?
is great.
I mean, and they got some fun cards too, like little mini Leo and stuff like that. Of course you got like old school Super Shredder, stuff
Yes.
like this. I mean, super cool cards, really a lot of fun to play,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of coolness.
So we'll have to get some more and see what it has and what it's all about. But other than that, like for the let's pivot over to the Dodley Dispatch news in the sports world today, real quick. Going on to, I think hockey's picking up mainly because we're getting close to playoff time frame. Same with basketball, NBA. They're finalizing their stuff here and getting close to the playoff picture, which is looking great. In the world of basketball, these cards have been going crazy. Your
They
Cooper,
have been. I mean, it's still debating. I mean, people are still kind of going back and forth on who's going to be the MVP, and
right?
it does seem like it's going back and forth. It does seem like like Concanopal could have it, but Cooper Flag still. I mean, he's still the talked about. He's still the dominant. It seems, but in my personal opinion, I'm still on Con. I
Yeah,
still love this kid, and I still think that he's going to come out on top because he has the most effect on the team,
I know.
in my opinion.
You take a
Right?
team like that, and then you turn it around. Like the season that they've had is outstanding. Um, Considering they're actually looking to be the playoff run.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then another big impact is Wimbenyama. He has turned it up in some kind of way. Is incredible. I mean, everyone's always knew how good of a player he is, but man, he is really showing up now. So see his cards to start increasing value. The true MVP of the league, we'll see. And keep in
Yep.
mind, anyone who bought
Oh,
the top,
dude.
anyone
Anyone
who
who bought the
Topps Chrome basketball. If
Yep.
anyone bought that, keep those veteran cards around because they still are going to have the trade in, just like they did with Topps baseball, the Topps Chrome baseball. They're going to
Yeah.
have redemption where if you hit whoever you have for the MVP, they will give you credit, and the credit is very decent. So I've been keeping all of my Chrome veterans in a separate box for just the base cards. It's the base and the parallels.
Yep.
Um, because they're going to give credit for. So as that shakes out, we're going to see league MVP, and they'll give credit, and then tracking the rookie MVP.
Mhm.
That
But
card's going to
I will say one of my best value picks of basketball right now, what I personally think, that he was great a couple of years ago on the buys, that people really put some money into it. But I think that Paolo Banchero is a buy now card. His
yes.
value has dropped way off. So everyone who had bought and sat on him, they're salivating right now because his stock is going way up on just stats alone. His
Mhm.
impact on the team, his stats has finally really caught up. He's one of the top players in the NBA as far as a forward is concerned, and he's just, I mean, he's putting it. I mean, he's putting the stats up, so his cards naturally have to go back up eventually. Like they have to, but they've been lower than normal. But I think that he's going to come back in a big way. So
Yeah.
that's my other pick.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that pick. And I guess we'll see as this playoff. And I'm going to be watching way more basketball as it gets in the playoffs. This
Mhm.
is when I actually like to watch basketball. Some crazy games. Going to cover more of the playoffs for NBA and NHL, especially. Hopefully, we're going to
Yeah,
get some games in.
that Stanley Cup we're going to cover hard. The brackets we're going to cover, of
Yes.
course, and the NBA is coming up on the finish. But then we're going to go jump right in. We're getting done with the
Baseball.
combine. We got draft coming up. We got spring ball coming up. This is right now. We're in the transition sports, right?
Yeah.
Out goes the winter sports. So we're all going to be watching. So we got about a month of leeway to be getting excited
Right.
for, all right, who's going to be in the draft? When we got the draft deadlines? When we got the spring ball is going to start setting up? And, beginning of the season for baseball is always like, well, I caught a few games. Oh, well, there's another
Yeah.
one tomorrow or this
Oh,
afternoon, and there's
there's
like a
only
ton
like
of
100
games. Ton of
100
games.
whatever. But, anyway, but baseball in the baseball news, also, side note, how about Italy? That was kinda crazy how they've
Yeah,
just dominating.
dominating.
They looked strong, but,
Look, other teams, other countries are becoming much better at that sport now that they've adopted it. Just like America has gotten a lot better at soccer and hockey, which was not traditionally their like our sport.
right.
So other teams are coming in. Like Italy has some solid basketball players.
Oh,
So
yeah.
does like a lot of the Slavic countries, and so does Japan and China. Like we got some tall people coming out of these areas.
Come on. Yeah, but we'll see. I'm excited for playoff time frame, and then we have that lull of the summer ball where it's just a lot of baseball games. A lot of baseball games to cover, but
Yeah.
we can see
Hey,
who's coming up.
besides all the sports stuff, I've been anxious because you had stuff graded, and I want to find out what's in the
What's in the
box.
box? What's in
What's
the
in
box
the box? What's
today?
in the
What's in the
box?
box?
What's in the box?
What in the box?
Okay,
All
what's in
right.
the box?
The box. We sent out 20 cards to get graded, and we got them back from PSA, and I'm gonna go through these real quick. But the grades, it was needless to say, underwhelming. And so we're gonna
Disappointing.
start off with yeah, we're gonna start off with this one right here. This one, as we were talking about earlier, grade 6, Drake May base card for the, Don Russ, right?
A grade 6.
A grade 6. I would have never imagined sending a card where it has a grade like, where it would potentially get a grade 6, and the reason why is it has this big gouge in it on the back. I was like, "Oh, yeah, there's a huge gouge right there." I would never have sent that out, and I don't know if you could probably see it,
Hold on,
but
hold it closer. Hold on.
it's
Nope.
you probably can't see it.
No,
It's
I know where it's at because
it's
you
hard
showed
to
me, but
find,
no, and
but if taking a picture of it, you could see the gouge. It's clear out there, but it looks like somebody dropped it or marked it or something. I can't tell. But anyway, started out with a grade 6 with him. I'm gonna crack it, and it's selling it for a raw
whatever it sells for.
way better, right? And we got hit with a select black and what is this? Black and green, blue and green. The blue and green with an 8, right? Another card that I'm just gonna hold for a little bit. This will come back in value as Drake May is their guy, right? So nice little select. Another one. Here we have the Don Russ, another Don Russ, and it's graded as an 8. Again, now on this one, maybe a little offset. I can't really tell. The edges are clean and the corners are clean. I don't know where or why this got an 8.
See?
Maybe this one corner is a little soft. I don't know. I wish it had something that told me. The big one, Cooper Flags. Now these cards have gone way down since this is what I was trying to beat. These cards would have gone, this 8 would have gone for at least 80, but is now sitting around like 15 to 20. It's not much.
Ouch.
I know, huge hit, right? Because we took so long to get them. So I sent in a bunch of Coopers, another 8, another 8. All these darn 8s of Cooper Flags, not even a 9. So it's like, really? Come on. And I don't understand why, because there's no marks or notes as to why. So there's my 8s and my Cooper. Next, I'm not horribly upset about this one. I was going to send him in regardless. So we've got a 9 on JSN rookie card. This is your Prism, right? And this is just the silver Prism. So this is a good
Oh,
card.
that's a silver prism. Nice.
Silver
Okay, I can
Prism.
tell. I can
So
see.
not the base card. This is going to be a little bit better than your regular. So I'm not upset with the 9. Honestly, 10s are hard to get, and he's still going to go. So, and I'm keeping him for a little bit. We got our 9 flag. All right, 1 9 out of all of those. That's it. And again,
Really?
yeah. And what's funny is I can look at these 8s, and I can actually see the marks on this 9, where this one corner is dinged, versus some of these other 8s that there are 0 marks and it got an 8. So can't even tell you why this is the 9 and those others are the 8, other than
It
try to
sucks.
throw me a bone. We had Steven Castle, right? His rookie card, last year's rookie card. Got it. I thought that this should be a 10 as well. It's beautiful. Not a single mark. I'm looking on the back, nothing. And yet here it is as a 9. This should have been a 10. Perfect centering. It doesn't look offset at all. So there's another 9. I was really pumped about this one. This is for my own personal collection. Yes, sir. A Wolverine from the Marvel
Oh,
Top
cool.
Chrome, and this is graded as a 9. I was hoping for the 10. The 10s actually go for quite a bit. Got that lava refractor. I
That
love him.
is pretty cool. That is really cool.
I love him. So I'm going to throw him with my comic stuff from back in the day. And I was saying, send in your Drake Mays. Got some 9s on Drake Mays, the finest. Which honestly couldn't tell you why they're 9s. These should be 10s as well, both of them. But I don't know how centering works on this one because actually I can't tell how they center these. Finest is a little bit lower grade anyway of a card, so it's not going to be one of your top cards.
Yeah.
Moving on to your prisms. Sent 2 more Drake Mays prisms, just base prisms, 9s. These should be 10s. These would be a couple hundred if they were 10s, but they're 9s, so they're much less than that. Again, probably just hold on to them, keep them for a little bit. As next year comes into season, those will go up significantly.
Or break them and send them in again.
That too. Break one of them, maybe send them in again.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's one I'm excited about.
Ooh.
10, Crow
Ooh.
Armstrong,
Ooh.
right? It's not the alpha card. So for people that have this, Inception's one of my favorite.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
from
beautiful
up,
stuff, man.
they have such beautiful cards. They've got a lot of artwork in the background. So this X card, it's actually they have what's called the alpha. It's all blacked out. It looks sick. Those are expensive cards and worth a lot. This one's probably $100 card, but still an awesome card. For Pete
Even at a 10?
at 10 Pete Crow, since it's a regular X or whatever they call that, it's just the Topps Inception. Uh,
Okay, okay.
but yes, even if it's a 10, if he does really well this year, which he should, then that will keep going up. So keeping him on there. Here's one that I was really excited about. There you go. Topps Chrome 10. Bowman U, right? The Cooper flag. This is a black wave refractor. I've got one
That's
for Constantinople going out too. So
nice. That is pretty.
that's
But Bowman U, when it comes to basketball, is usually pretty good.
that's right. Um, Here we go. Little Young Guns canvas, little Oliver Moore.
That's
Um,
fun.
his card was going up, but it kind of sank a little bit.
I know.
So
It's funny that you sent that one out because I mean,
at the
it,
time,
I
but
know
it did a
Oliver Moore
10.
was growing up.
Thank goodness it got a 10. And it is
Yeah.
a canvas card, not the true Young Gun, but it's a little bit less. So probably like a 80 to $100 card. Nothing crazy. These next, let me see here. Here we go. I did get a Drake May 10 Don Russ. Thank goodness. So
Okay.
at least I got one, right? I'm keeping this to my personal stash just because I see that one climbing a little bit. And these next two, I'm so psyched about. Hard to get 10s on these types of cards, okay? First one, the Clearly.
Ooh,
That Clearly Don Russ is really hard to get 10s on these cards because the acrylic is so delicate. So the scratches, the little nicks on these things, this card, this is only one of 13. So
top
yeah,
13.
of 13 that are graded. I think there's only 8 of them that are 10s. So you're not going to see many of these. This is going to be a key one to stash. And then lastly, another hard one to grade. The
Ooh, Origin. That's the fat one with the sides that
That's
always
right.
scrimp.
These things are impossible. So now that one was one of like 13, 8 of them were top 10s. This one is 5.
Pop 5.
Pop 5, 10. You don't ever see 10s in these Origins because these corners are horrible for nicking. The sides, it's like whatever they use for the printing quality, it chips so easily. So the fact that this is a 10 is huge. I'm really loving this card. So those 2 cards right there are a few $100s right there. And they will continue to go up, especially considering how rare they are. And that's a big thing in the population count to look and see how many cards are graded out as 10s, because the more 10s you get, that's when that card drops and they're just easier to get. Those 2 right there are pretty substantial because they are impossible to grade out as a 10. So yeah, psyched
Pretty,
about 10s overall,
pretty.
not psyched about all of them. I did.
I know. I
Yeah.
know.
So
Just wait till I get my lot back of, I got 10 more cards coming. So out of my cards that I got two more Ivan Demidovs, Young Guns. I got uh Cooper DeJong graded 199 Deca. I
yeah,
have some Cooper Flags, Tops Chrome. I have Cooper Flags Ball of Duty, Ivan Demidov Encore, Ivan Demidov, another Young Gun, a Contenders. So we're going to see how all these Dalibor Dvorsky, an Outburst. So we got a handful of other good stuff that's coming back, and we'll see how they get graded. And
yeah,
again, every single one of these should be a 10 or a 9. I've got documented video and pictures of these things before I sent them out. Um, to be quite frank, the Demidovs might come back as a 9. I'm hoping for a 10 though, because those if
oh,
it
boy.
comes back at a 10, we got a $800 to $1,000 card
Right.
again. And especially if he comes up better even next year, which I'm holding some, because
Yeah.
Demidov's good to go.
Yeah,
So
we've been killing it with the demi-doves. We've got so many. And so hopefully we could stash some of those Schaefers that we got too.
that's right. Some of the Schaefers that we got 3 Schaefers.
Mhm.
Plus I got the other one. So yeah, we got one. We sold one, so we got 2 Schaefers. Good
So
catching up.
yeah, absolutely. So everyone, look for us in another couple weeks. We're gonna have some more updates. Hopefully, we'll have some more PSA cards back or some tag cards back by then, so we can update you there. With this moving line of all the different the NCAA March Madness happening, and then the playoffs, we'll keep you updated. So,
Cool.
hopefully, see you then. Until then, cheers.
Later.